In this video, we're going to look at interpreting a sample percentage. So a market analyst sampled N equals 729 people and found that P hat equals 75% of those surveyed preferred the new and improved version of a product. Okay. Find the margin of error and 95% confidence interval for this point estimate and round any percent to 2 decimal places as needed. Okay, so this is our sample proportion that the market analyst got from a single sample, and this was the sample size. So our margin of error, we're going to continue to use our conservative estimate, which is 1 over the square root of n. We're going to multiply that by 100% and then round. We're given that n equals 729. And to do this on the calculator, we start with 729. We take the square root. Now we're going to reciprocate it using the 1 over x button and multiply by 100. Okay, and we were asked to round to 2 decimal places, which is actually 3.70, so we'll just write 3.7%. Now we're asked to find the 95% confidence interval for this point estimate and interpret it below. Okay, so this margin of error, 3.7%, we know that we have our confidence interval is centered at P hat, which is 75%. Okay, and the lower value for the confidence interval is subtracting the margin of error, and the upper value for the 95% confidence interval is adding the margin of error to P hat. Okay, so here I'm going to do the easier one first. So this is representing an interval. If we add 3.7 to 75, let's just write this here. So 75% plus 3.7%, and here we'd have 75% minus 3.7%. And we're going to compute these, and we should do this in our head, but let's just practice on the calculator. The top one, 75 plus 3.7 gives us 78.7 is our upper bound. We always write our upper bound second, so smallest number then the largest number. And if we take 75 and subtract 3.7%, we have 71.3%. Okay, and make sure you look at the interpretation. Okay, so we don't know that the true value lies in here. Okay, unlike when we looked at the sampling distribution, we were assuming that we knew the actual value of the population. Here, this is an estimate, so we no longer say that our P hat is definitely in here or that our population value is in here. We say we are 95% confident that the true value of the percent of those who prefer the new and improved product lies between 71.3% and 78.7%.